as I mentioned, a little bit of near and dear to my heart with you guys coming in. The State Champs Sports Network does an outstanding job in Southeast Michigan of portraying our high school athletes throughout the entire year. Lorne Plant has been with the show for a very long period of time. Tom Markowski, one of the biggest insiders of Michigan high school football. Guys, congratulations on all the success of the show. I know you can catch Extra Point right after this show's over today. But, Lorne, you guys have been doing it over there. Busy, no?
Yeah, we are. We're very busy, and it has been great. It's been 13 years. Justin, you were there at the beginning, my friend. It seems like it was just yesterday.
I know, right? That's crazy.
But it's fantastic. Working in high school sports, Tom and I mean, Tom's been doing it for 40 years.
Almost 40.
Not dating him, but,
I like your Belleville shirt here.
Belleville, team on the rise out there.
Yeah, we need a little bit more around.
We can get, let's cry out right now. You got some high school stuff laying around, send it our way. We'll put it up here in the sports game. All right, let's talk pretenders and contenders. I mean, it's week 6 now. Coming into next week, it's going to be week 6. I know, 7 now, isn't it?
Coming up.
Unbelievable how fast it goes by. But guys, some teams have punched their tickets to the playoffs, and some teams maybe 4-2. But are they going to make it the rest of the way? 6 wins gets you in, or gets you a chance to be into the playoffs. So let's start with some contenders now. A team, Saline. That's a team that obviously. They have had tons of success as of late. Is this team a contender or a pretender?
Oh, they're a contender, no doubt. Josh Jackson, you see they're throwing the football, led them to the state finals last year. This team's big and strong. They're high potent offense. Already proved that they can win in the playoffs, losing last year to Clarkston in the state final, which was a real tough game. Almost pulled that one out at the end.
Yes,
but it all surrounds around Josh Jackson. Just a tremendous quarterback.
Dual threat.
Going to Virginia Tech, going to fit that offense really well.
Oh, yeah.
Really grown into that offense. Wasn't a starter to begin his junior year. Starting every game this year. I look for them to at least get to the semifinals, if not to Ford Field.
Detroit King and Cass Tech had one of the all-time great games last week. What about King?
Division II is crazy, and it's always really, really good. Especially if Muskegon moves up and back to Division II where they used to be. King and De La Salle met in week 1 at the Prep Kickoff Classic. Great game, both great defenses. Both of these teams can bring it defensively, and that's, of course, what wins championships. But as you see there, King's Martel Petaway is a big difference maker for them, despite maybe their inexperience at quarterback. De La Salle, they've just won their first state title.
Right.
They're playing in the always tough Central Division in the Catholic League. This is a team that now has been there and done that, and they're doing well. What they did against Orchard Lake St. Mary's the other couple of weeks ago was just flat out impressive and outstanding.
Their defense is outstanding. I think the confidence they got for winning the state championship last year has carried over to this year.
And they've got 2 running backs now that can get it done, not just one.
Now, sadly, there are some teams out there that maybe are looking a little bit more good at the early part of the season, but have a tough stretch to end. Let's take a look at some of the maybe pretenders. Northville, what about them? What's the deal with them? The skinny.
Take Northville.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll talk about Northville. And when we say pretender, we're talking high school. We don't want to deflate this.
No,
you also have a disclaimer here. This is week 6.
Right.
It's not week 9.
Right. And this is also, we'll call this bulletin board material. And Matt Laddick, the head coach at Northville, is the best at bringing out what the media criticizes about his team and uses it as motivation. So this is your motivation. This is a team that got crushed by Canton in the playoffs last year. They haven't done it in the playoffs. And we're talking about winning a championship here when we say pretenders. This is a team that's getting better and better. They've got a kicking game, which in high school can take you a long way. They also have a great quarterback in
Justin Zimbo. Carried the ball 27 times last Friday for them to clinch the title against or a playoff spot against Stevenson.
Yeah.
So, they have a running game, which in November you're going to need.
Yes.
And the kicking game is really important.
Kicked a 50-yarder in those conditions.
That's fantastic. So when we should kind of sum everything up here, when it comes to the last, 4 weeks of the high school season, what is it that teams who are on the cusp need to really focus on the most to get to that playoff?
Defense and a running game. You look at Clarkston last year. Of course, they had DJ Zazula at quarterback, but he was a running quarterback, and they had Nolan Erickson at running back. But their defense really carried them through many of those games. Hey, it's going to be snowy. It's going to be 15 degrees out there.
Super.
On
the sidelines, shooting the games,
So you're going to have to win with defense. I mean, it's real pretty to put up the points and score 35 in August and in September, but you got to win the 14-10 games in November.
State Champs Sports Network does it big every week. Lorne, give us a little bit of, we got the high school extra point show coming on right after this show, but when can we see more of the State Champs?
Okay, State Champs is all over your television sets, especially this weekend. Of course, we have our hour show now. We've got a Tyrone Wheatley documentary coming up on Fox Sports Detroit on October 18th. Really details his come up at Dearborn Heights Roper Shots. We're proud about that. But of course, Extra Point's going to go 14 weeks. After we do our 10-week run here on Channel 7 locally, we're going to take it statewide, 9:30 to 10 o'clock the rest of the way. We're fired up.
Lorne, thanks so much. Tom,
Absolutely.
Thanks so much. We'll be right back with more on the Suburban Ford 7 Sports Cake. Stay with us.